Tonight on the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror, we learn how important quality control is, especially with connected toys. Mark Hamill stars in Child's Play 2019.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror! Baby Circus! Excuse me. Must have been something I ate. Anyways, tonight's episode, coming off of last night's original Child's Play, I thought, like I did with Halloween and Halloween 2, or Halloween 2 and Halloween and whatever. Anyways, and that is talk about the reboot, reimagining, the rehash, the whatever you want to call it, Child's Play 2019. So what is Child's Play 2019 about? Well, anyways, I was going to say, glad you asked, but I always do that, don't I? Anyways. So, in Vietnam, the sweatshop where these little buddy dolls, they're not good guy dolls anymore, they're called buddy dolls, are being produced. One of the programmers, assemblers, whatever, is kind of like daydreaming, and the boss man gets all pissed off at him, tells him, hey, finish this one up and you're out of here. And so, pissed off, he decides to remove all the safeties and everything from the doll and put it in the box to be shipped out. And just so happens that this doll ends up in the hands of a not as young boy as the original Child's Play, but a teenage boy named Andy, of course. And first of all, a little bit of something different. So the buddy dolls are an electronic autonomous unit. It can walk around, it can do all kinds of things. It can also Bluetooth control all kinds of stuff, maybe even Wi-Fi control, all kinds of products, your television, your smart speakers, your smartphone, everything really through the Buddy app. It is rather spectacular. They even have autonomous cars that can be controlled by this Buddy. What could possibly go wrong with giving a thing that much power? Plus, it has adaptive AI, so that means it learns. That means it can learn to become an even more efficient murdering thing. Anyway, so at first he's kind of like, oh my god, this is a kid's thing, but he's kind of lonely, he doesn't have many friends, and this guy, of course, is broken. He tried to name it Han Solo, but he's like, Chucky. I like Chucky. Anyways, so of course, because all the safeties are removed and the kid's having a tough time, the cat that lives in their apartment really bothers him, and his mother is dating a complete asshat, and so of course he, gets scratched by the cat, says, oh, he doesn't like the cat, and oh, of course, you wish the boyfriend would go away. Well, the doll quickly becomes sociopathic, learning like, hey, you know what? Andy is unhappy, and these things are making him unhappy. So how can I make Andy happy? Well, if I get rid of these things, logic, right? So yeah, he becomes a homicidal maniac, and of course this freaks Andy out, and when he tries to get rid of him, well, all shit hits the fan. So, let's get to the scores, shall we? Violence and gore, I am giving it a 3.5 out of 5. It is definitely more brutal than the original Child's Play. There is definitely a lot more blood in this movie, and some very neat, sick scenes. Using practical effects, I do respect that. And so, yeah, it definitely has a bit more for the gore hounds, and I do like it. It kind of does remind me a bit more 80s slasher-esque movies, because it definitely puts a lot of blood on the screen. So yeah, I like it. Plus there's some other things going on, like I want to take his face off, things like that. Really cool. 3.5 out of 5. Shock value, I'm giving it a 3 out of 5. Some of the violence is shocking, but there is still a pretty good amount of tension and jump scare moments, which I appreciate and liked and really felt through this movie. And therefore, yeah, I'm giving it very solid 3 out of 5 for the shock value. moving on to plot. This is where like it stands out from the original. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5 because in a ways it's not fair, but it takes the basis of the original, a killer doll, but it wipes away the supernatural elements, puts in a more feasible element to it, just his safeties are off, so, he can now harm humans. He doesn't have, the filters, the family filters and things like that. And honestly, I think with the character developments, I think the characters in this movie are way more fleshed out, way more real feeling. We get a better sense of the boy Andy in this movie. We also get a better, I guess, more fleshed out character of Chucky. Chucky, in a way, is sort of a tragic figure in this movie. You kind of feel bad for him because he's a machine. All he wants to do is be friends with Andy. And he doesn't know any better. Like, he's broken. He's malfunctioning. It's not entirely his fault because he can't think. It's like Ex Machina. The ends always justify the means because the means is the goal for the computer, the AI, and whatever is the most efficient means to get there is the best option because there is no morals in the computer language. There's no morals in the AI. So I think it does a great job of creating a more sympathetic character. The original Chucky is great. He's vile. He's nasty. But he is a guy. He is a human being. He's a murderer, a sociopath, psychopathic. But there's no sympathy for this guy. There's no nuance to him. There's no depth to his character. But this AI machine definitely has a lot more depth, a lot more personality in certain aspects. Not saying that, one Chucky is better than the other overall. I'm just saying that this one has a bit more emotional bond with it, I guess I would say. A bit more... God, it's hard to describe. You feel more connected with this Chucky than you would with the other one. The other one, you're just like, you pile on your negative thoughts and go, yeah, if I could be like a murderous doll, I'd be Chucky like this. This one, you're just like, you kind of feel bad for him. It's a bit tragic. You wish things could have gone differently. Anyways, but all I'm saying is, with the plot, the way that it goes, the way that the movie is structured, it's almost like a dark comedy of sorts. But I think the way the characters feel more fleshed out and the way it flows definitely doesn't have any wasted moments or scenes like the original Child's Play. So I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. I super enjoyed it. Acting, also a 4 out of 5. Practically everyone. Mark Hamill as the voice of Chucky just has almost this, almost getting into the Joker from the Batman animated series. Just has a slight creepiness, especially when he starts to get all stabby. Definitely gets under your skin. I think everyone else in this movie does a great job. I think they perform and hit their marks very well. And I don't really see a lot of weak links in this movie overall. So I really do like it. I like the acting. 4 out of 5. Nudity, 0 out of 5, just like the first one. There's a scene where the janitor or the maintenance guy for the apartment complex has set up cameras throughout people's homes, and there's Andy's mother about to change to get into the shower, and of course the feed cuts out. I'm like, you know what? Why even bother with that? I mean, show that he's voyeuring on people. You don't have to waste 30 to 40 seconds to a minute of him just going, oh, there she is. Oh goodness. And then just cut away like that. Because you're just teasing the audience at that point. You're just teasing the audience at that point. Okay? Dick move. Anyways, 0 out of 5. Enjoyment factor, 4 out of 5. Thoroughly enjoy this movie. It is fun. It is goofy at times. It actually has a bit of heart, and it has a more, I guess you would say, understandable protagonist or antagonist. And I don't know. I just really like it. I think it is one of the better movies to come out in 2019. Honestly, really loved it. So 4 out of 5. My overall impression of it is also a 4 out of 5. It is a well-made movie, well-crafted, hardly a dull moment within this movie, and enjoyed it from beginning to end. And then, of course, Mark Hamill singing the Buddy song at the end. Just awesome and freaky and weird at the same time. So there you have it. 4 out of 5 for the overall impression. That averages out to a 3.2 out of 5. I think I forgot to do the average, or say the average score on the last video, but the original Child's Play average score was 2.9 out of 5. So there you have it, Child's Play. And overall, do I think this movie is better than the original Child's Play? In some ways, yes. In some ways, no. There's definitely a lot more. The original is such a slower movie in aspects, and I think they both can exist, and we both can enjoy them, and we can both love both Chuckies for what they are. They are different characters, and these movies are different movies. And I think as a reimagining, I think this is probably one of the perfect ways that you could reboot or remake a series, is take the inspiration of the original and then do something different and fresh and creative with it. And I think this was definitely different and fresh and creative. And I respect it, and I think we can live in a world where both movies can exist, and we can both love the movies. We can both love both of these movies, like them both. We don't have to be either or about shit. We don't have to be either or about shit. Listen, Internet, I'll say it again. We don't have to be either or about shit. We can love them both, okay? Alright, so there you have it. Another episode of the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror is now in the memory banks, and I thank you again for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification button. Oh my god. Gee, this is what happens. This is what happens when you're running through all the videos. You know, after a while you just lose everything. So anyways, but leave a comment. What do you think? Do you agree with me? Can we have both things, or what? Or we have to choose between the two? I don't think we have to. Anyways, so that is it. I am Zankoku Tenshi. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time on the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror. And remember, everyone, if your doll's eyes are supposed to be blue and it starts like shooting out red and talking about, well, actually you catch it choking your cat, maybe it's time to return it. I mean, you know, return it. Like, don't just like try to destroy it, but return it to the company so that they can fix the damn thing, because otherwise someone else is going to pick it up and refurbish it, and then it's just going to continue on murdering and murdering and murdering. Yeah.